Pax is a period in global politics or international history when we see a generalized or a general stability in the global system because of a dominant position of one country. That is, if one state is too powerful and remaining other states are weak and they are unable to challenge that powerful state, and because of the powerful nature of one state, if we observe a general stability in the global system, we call that period as a pax in the global political history. In global political history, we saw three paxes: the Pax Britannica, Pax Americana, and Pax Swetica. And another such a type of period, although we cannot call it a pax, that is the Middle Kingdom hegemony that's dominated by China. The Pax Britannica was obviously a period when, because of the dominant position of Britain, we see a generalized stability or a general stability in Europe. The Pax Britannica is a period between Congress of Vienna that was signed in 1814-15 and the First World War, 1914 to 1918. After First World War, the dominant position of Britain was falling with each passing day, although they had yet they were still powerful till the end of Second World War. After the World War II, their dominant position came to an end. Although after First World War, their dominant position was coming down. Now, during this period, from 1814 to 1914, Britain was the dominant actor in Europe. Although they had to face two major challenges in this period. The first challenge was caused by the Crimean War of 1854 to 56. In this war, in the Crimean War, Britain was facing threats from Russia, as Russia was trying to dominate Constantinople, and because of threat of domination in Constantinople by Russia, the Pax of Britain or the Pax Britannica was slightly challenged, although this could not displace the balance of power against Britain. The next challenge was because of Franco-Russian-Persian War of 1870-71. As a result of the Franco-Persian War of 1871, Germany displaced France as the leading power in the continent. Since France was an ally of Britain, and when Germany displaced France or Germany became more powerful than France, this also slightly threatened the Pax Britannica. However, these two challenges could not remove or could not shift the balance of power against Britain. Britain still remained a dominant position in Europe. There were certain reasons because of which Britain was the dominant country in global politics. The first reason, these reasons were explained by Palmer and Parkin. The first reason was the favorable combination of circumstances at home and abroad. For Britain, the circumstances were favorable both at home and abroad. At home as well and abroad. At home, the condition was extremely peaceful. The conditions were favorable for British government, and abroad as well. The foreign conditions were also favorable for Britain, and because of the favorable conditions or the favorable circumstances for Britain at home and abroad, Britain was the most powerful country or the most powerful nation during this period. The second reason was England was leading other countries in industrial revolution and international finance and trade. Being the leader of industrial revolution, international trade and finance, England became the most wealthy country in the world. And because of its wealth, it's because of its financial resources, industrial resources, England played a dominant role in European politics and global politics. Next was the third reason was their powerful navy. Because of their powerful navy, they were able to capture number of colonies from Canada to East Africa, and with the help of those colonies they gain material material, they get material gains from those colonies, and because of their powerful navy they could easily challenge any another power. There was no other navy which was more powerful than British Navy, and because of their powerful navy, the England was a dominant country or dominant nation in this period. And the post-Napoleonic situation in Europe was also responsible for the powerful situation or the powerful conditions of Britain. In post-Napoleonic period, there was no other country which was powerful to challenge British power, and because of lack of other challengers, in Europe, Britain was the most powerful nation, and the balance of power was in favor of Britain. The start of fall. The rise of Germany, Japan and USA was the first reason for the fall of Pax Britannica. When Germany, Japan and USA become other economic giants, the center of power, or they also emerge as centers of power in global politics, and because of this the balance of power shifted against British. And the rise of nationalism in East, Middle East and India was also responsible for the fall of Pax Britannica. When nationalism or the concept of nationalism or the feelings of nationalism rise in East, in Middle East and India, in those areas in East, Middle East and India, Britain had number of colonies, and those colonies start demanding separation from Britain, and because of this the dominant position of Europe or Britain was falling. The Russian Revolution became also responsible. The Russian Revolution or the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917. After the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917, Russia became a powerful state. And you know that the Pax is a system when one state is more powerful and others are not powerful. And when Germany emerged a power, Japan emerged a power, USA emerged as a power, and Russia emerged as a power. And when these powers emerged, the balance of power shifted against Britain. And post-World War II period, international balance of power in Far East was disturbed, and because of this also the Pax Britannica was falling. The major reasons for the fall of Pax Britannica were internal and external differences. Domestic and the foreign conditions. Now the domestic and foreign conditions were not favorable for Britain, and the rising tide of nationalism in colonies was also responsible. Britain in post-Britannica in Committee of Nations. After the fall of Pax Britannica, still Britain hold a very significant position in global politics. Still Britain is considered as a powerful nation, and their voice is heard, or the people or the different nations listen to them, and they are still a global power. After World War II, their exports increased because of increased exports to their colonies. In 1969, Britain reduced investment on military because they knew that now they are no more superpower, so they reduced military investment. In 1971, they withdraw their troops from Suez Canal, and in this way, their global influence was shrunken or come to an end. Although the Pax Britannica is over, yet still Britain enjoys a dominant position in global politics. Thank you for joining. Take care. Goodbye.